When was your first time? I think my first time eating chicken, I was about 1, I want to say. Maybe a little before then, maybe a little after then. Well, I was about, yeah. Hey everybody, if you are seeing my face, you have made your way to the best YouTube channel in the world. My name is Shakira, and welcome. By the title of today's video, I will be doing a Q&A. Yes, it is my very, very first video on YouTube. So what better way for you guys to get a chance to get to know me better than for me to do a Q&A? I gave you guys the opportunity to ask me questions on TikTok and Instagram, so that's where I will be reading these questions from. But before we get into that, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out whenever I post a video, because would you really want to miss that? I'm going to turn into somebody that you didn't know you needed, so I wouldn't want that for you, so make sure you hit that bell. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. What's your type? First question. What's your type? I don't have a type. I am attracted to a whole bunch of things. I find a lot of things attractive. I don't have a certain type of person that I think is over a certain type of person that I find more attractive than a certain type of I'm attracted to a lot of different things. I don't have a type. What do you think about sex on the first link? I think that as long as you're safe, and yeah, as long as you're safe, you can do whatever you want. You're an adult, especially if you're an adult, you can do whatever you want. So as long as you practice safe sex, do it as much as you want. Me personally, that's a no-go, but I know people that do it. I've seen it, and it works out for them. So whatever fits best for you. But for me, no, I wouldn't do it. And if you do it, be safe. Who influenced you to make a YouTube channel? Well, I always like the idea of entertaining people online and just being yourself online and being somebody that people can relate to and stuff like that. So I really decided to move from TikTok to join YouTube and, spread some Shakira over here. But I didn't really have a certain person that inspired me. It was just more of, I like this idea of putting yourself online and giving other people a person to relate to and be like, oh, like, dang, they're like me. I love them. Like, they keep it real and stuff like that. So, yeah. Do you have kids? No, I do not. I have no kids. I do have 2 puppies, 2 little brothers, Chase and Charlie. Come here, boy. Come here, Chase. This is Chase. This is my little brother. One of my little brothers. Come here, Charles. Come here, Charlie Tan. This is Charlie. I have 2 little brothers, and they are more than enough for me right now. I will have kids in the future. Right now is not the time. Okay, Charlie. What are your goals for 2023? Well, I have a whole list of goals that I wrote down at the beginning of this year. I think my main goals would be to grow my platform as a whole, grow my, my brand. My first goal was 100% to improve my relationship with God. I've definitely worked on that. Pretty recently, and that's something that I definitely want to improve more and make it better in this new year. So that, I want to travel, I want to eat good, live good, be happy above all else, and just live my life. Like, those are like my ultimate goals. I could get into specifics, but that'll be a later time. Next question. Each memory from each school you went to. Wow, okay. So I'm gonna just do elementary school to high school, because I don't remember anything before that. It's too small girl. But so my first elementary school, I went to a private school. Oh, okay. So memory from this school, when I was in the 3rd grade, I had a teacher that did not like me. She always picked on me, always messed with me. It was always me. Every time another student could be doing the exact same thing I'm doing, but she would call me out on it, and I would get in trouble, and they would be fine. And I'm 8 years old. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing anything that's like ridiculous to where you'd really have to reprimand me, but she would always take it that extra mile. She was basically bullying me. She was bullying me for what reasons, I don't know, but she was bullying me. And I remember one day, it was early on in the year, because we were still like bringing in supplies, and like, you know how you have the little supply list that you have to bring in stuff that you'll need for the year. So I had these highlighters, right? These multicolored highlighters. They were like yellow and blue and green and pink and whatever. And I had them, and they were on the supply list of things that I would need. Not that the classroom would need, mind you. Not that the classroom would need, I would need. So my mom got them for me. I had them. They were in my desk. Pretty much everybody had them because they were on this student supply list. She comes up to me, and takes my highlighters and says, "Your mom bought these for me." I'm 8. And she takes my markers and says, "Your mom bought these for me." Excuse me? I told my mom what happened. She went up to that school and set that lady straight. Because why are you picking on me? I didn't do anything to you. Like, I didn't do anything to her. She was just picking on me. She took my markers and I snitched. And my mom, like I said, she came up there and she laid her out. And that was actually one of my last days there, because not too long after that, I actually ended up transferring schools, which we'll get into my next story. Each memory from each school. And unfortunately, I cannot think of a memory from this school. So what I will do is, if I can think of one as I'm telling other stories, I will circle back. So school after that, another public school. There's two. Okay, so there's two that stands out to me when I think of the school. I'm gonna do, okay. So I'm in the 6th grade. I'm in the 6th grade. So there was this trip that the 6th grade classes were going on, right? And for some reason, I didn't go. I don't know if I forgot to give my mom the permission slip, or if I was in trouble, or what, I don't know. But for whatever reason, I was not going on the trip. So the day of the trip, I'm at school. I never would be at school on the days of the field trip, so I didn't know how it went. So literally, we just sat, we did work for like an hour, and then we watched movies all day. That's all we did. So I'm sitting there, and it's getting towards the end of the day, and we have about an hour left of school, right? So then the dean of students comes up to me, right? And she pulls me to the side. No, she pulls me out into the hallway, and she says, like, "I need to talk to you." So I'm like, well, okay, what's up? I'm like, okay, what's wrong? What's up? So she says to me, "I know some information, and I need you to tell me the truth." So I'm like, okay. She goes, "One of my students has told me that I have has told her that I have a boyfriend." And at the time, I had a little whatever, right? And that we've been sneaking off, like skipping classes and sneaking off to go into the school basement. And like, we were doing things down there. Now, that is partly true. Okay, that is partly true. Yes, I had a little boyfriend. I was 11. Yes, we would go down to the lower level of the school. That is where the gyms were. That is where the cafeteria was. And that is where some of like the music rooms and different stuff like that were. So yes, we would go down there. However, it would not just be me and him. It would be a whole group of us down there. We would all meet down there after school, not during class. After school had already let out, we were able to go to our lockers, and then we would we could go out. We could leave and go, go home, whatever. So we would only do that after classes and stuff, after the school day was already done. So we weren't skipping class. Class was already over. The school day was over. So, like I said, yes, we would go down there, but we weren't skipping classes to do it. And no, we weren't doing things like sexual things. Like, no, we weren't. We were literally all just meeting up. I would hug my little boyfriend or whatever, kiss him goodbye, one little kiss, and then I'd go out to my mom and then we'd leave. That's it. But the boy that snitched, and the person that snitched, he didn't have a little girlfriend at the time, but all his other friends did. So I think he was jealous. So he decided to rat everybody out. So we would all like stop hanging out and stop doing what we was doing, because he was the only one that didn't have a little girlfriend. So I think he was jealous. But yeah, he tried to make it seem like we were down there like, and we were not. We weren't even close. And like I said, it wasn't just me and my little boy thing. It was a whole group of people, and he was down there too. So yeah, so that's a memory from, and then it made it, like I said, it was a whole big thing. She called my mom. My mom's upset because she's thinking that I'm downstairs in the basement of the school doing things I'm not supposed to at 11 years old, which I was not. She's down there thinking that we had to have a whole meeting. Parents were called. We had to have a meeting. It was me, my mom, my friend, her mom, my friend's boyfriend, and his mom, the dean, and was the principal there? I don't know. But it was, all of us was there, and we had to have a meeting, and it was just this whole big thing over something that was like literally a group of people hanging out after school. And then it wasn't even like we weren't supposed to be down there, because there were classrooms down there. There were other kids down there and teachers and everything. And they saw us and never said anything because they knew it was the end of the day. So they didn't care that we were down there. But he made it seem like we were skipping class to go down. From the next school. This is actually my favorite elementary / middle school that I went to. This is my favorite. I love that school so much. I truly don't think anybody really understands how much I truly loved my time that I spent at that school. So by this time I'm in the 8th grade, and at this school we would have a day where it was literally just fun day. Nobody's doing any kind of work, and they called it June Jubilee, right? So like I said, I'm in the 8th grade. Me and my friend Nee, we were volunteering with the music teacher to help with the music and the DJ setup and all the stuff for the outside little festival and stuff. Like, they would have games, rides, and food, and it was just so much fun, right? So this particular June Jubilee, I guess they didn't check the weather, and it started pouring down out of nowhere. And not even just pouring down, like super high winds, tents are flying everywhere. The DJ stuff is now exposed, because it just went from sunny to a little bit cloudy to storming. So like I said, pouring down rain, winds blowing everything around, tents that are pitched up are flying across the yard, and me and my friend are looking to try to do something to cover all the DJing and electrical equipment that's now getting soaked in the rain, and we're looking for our music teacher. And I looked to the side, and he done slipped into the building. He's like, well, that's not my job. That's not my, bro, are you kidding me? So I was like, well, I'm not about to sit up here and be in the rain and be soaked. I'm going inside too. If you just gonna sit up here and leave it, I'm gonna leave it. So that's what we did. Like I said, that day was very fun. Everything got all wet, but they still proceeded with the June Jubilee, which is crazy because they had these little rides that, you know, the fair rides that you pop out of a suitcase and set up, and, you know, they just got soaked. So I didn't get on any rides after that. I didn't get on anything after that, after the rain. I just tried out the rides when they first put them out, you know, when they were dry and they were working properly. I didn't get on anything after it started raining, because, yeah, no. Because they have this ride that you literally get on and it spins you around and you go around in a circle upside down. No, absolutely not. No. So that is one of my best memories from that school. All right, moving on to my high school, because I cannot think of any more. I can't think of any memories from one of my other schools. I can't think of anything. So high school, my favorite memory, best memory from each. Honestly, my favorite memory from high school was concert days in my school. So I was in the choir in high school. All through high school I was in the choir, freshman to senior year. I was in choir, and during concert days were just the best, because first of all, so normally we would have 4 classes each day, right? Period 1 through 4. For concert days, we only had to go to periods 1 and 2. Because for periods 3 and 4, we were getting extra rehearsal time. So we wouldn't have to be in any of our regular classes unless you had like AP and stuff like that. Because she didn't play my AP class. She was like, oh no, if you have AP, go to class. You're not missing AP classes to be singing songs. So, like I said, last 2 classes of the day was cut because we had rehearsal. So we'd be rehearsing, like I said, singing, hanging out with my friends, love music, love singing, love my friends. Then at the end of the day, we would go get food, we'd order food, we'd come back to the school, we're in the music room, music blasting, movies blasting on the, you know, the big projection screen that my choir teacher had in her room, big screen, playing music, playing movies, playing games. And it was just so many good vibes in there, just had so many good memories of the talks and stuff that I would have with the different students. Like, I would talk to people on those days. You would always talk to somebody that you never talked to before, because y'all would all be after school together. So you would always end up talking to somebody that you never talked to before. And a lot of my friends that I made in high school were from choir, and people that I'd never talked to at all the whole year, even though we were in choir together. I would talk to on that day, just because we were all together. Like I said, we were all hanging out, all having fun, all getting dressed together, because we would have to wear these long black gowns, which we would all be embarrassed together by them, because they were not the most flattering. They were not the most flattering dresses, but yeah, we would all be embarrassed together. We would all be embarrassed together by the dresses, but that, like I said, concert days were just the best to me. I loved concert days. If I could go back to high school, I would go back just to experience how great concert days were. Just to relive those days again. That's it. Next question. If you could change anything, what would it be? Change anything about me, or just about... If it's about me, nothing. I don't want to change anything about me. But if I could change anything else... my bank account. I would change my bank account to billions and billions of dollars. Yes. Next question. Favorite childhood memory. Favorite childhood memory. Favorite childhood memory. One of my favorite childhood memories. So, growing up, I was not allowed to eat that much candy. Like, hardly any, if I'm being honest. Hardly any candy. And it was one Halloween. And I was also not allowed to go trick-or-treating, because, yeah, my mom didn't do strangers, and she didn't want me to do candy, so it was like, both of those were just no. And it's celebrating stuff that we don't believe in. So it just all around, no, Halloween, trick-or-treating, all of it was just a no from my family. So one Halloween, my mother, my grandmother, my grandmother's sister, which is my aunt, I guess they all came up with the idea to do a candy party, and there was so much candy at the party. Like, it was a candy party, so that we wouldn't have to go trick-or-treating. It was so much candy. There was pizza. There was just so much stuff that I didn't care about not going trick-or-treating. I didn't care about not being able to dress up and go out. I didn't care. It was so cool. And I want to throw a candy party for my kids in the future. Like, that's how cool it was. We still talk about it to this day because it was just such a cool concept to make up for the fact that, dang, all my friends are going trick-or-treating and I can't. Like, it was just so cool. So, yes. Candy. Next question. Could you win in a fight with a kangaroo? Maybe. Because I seen a video of a guy that a kangaroo was attacking his dog and he punched the kangaroo and the kangaroo like became disoriented and then he was able to get away with his dog. So maybe if I do that, I could win. Yeah, there's my answer. Yes. So yes, I do. I think I could win in a fight with the kangaroo. Yeah. Hey, I'm back. I had to go get me some food. I was a little on the starving side. So let's jump back into these questions. Next question. Where do you see yourself living? California. 100%. I've been consistent since I was young about where I want to live. California. 100%. California. I will be living in California. Remember, I said that I will be living in California. I will be building my dream house in the future in California. Yes, I will. Next question. Next question. When was your first time? I think my first time eating chicken, I was about 1, I want to say. Maybe a little before then. Maybe a little after then. No. My first time. I was 18. It was on my 18th birthday, actually. Where I'm not going to get into the details of who and why. That could be a story time or something. I don't know. But right now, just keep it simple. I was 18. Happened on my 18th birthday. So what was that? Next question. You ever got in trouble with the law? No. And I pray I never do. Because, yeah. With the way these cops be dealing with people, especially people of color, no. Pray I never have to, ever. Next question. Craziest experience in a restaurant? Okay. Well, the one that sticks out to me the most. I was about 8. It was my first time in New York. Me and my mom. So I think it might have been my mom's first time in New York too, but it was definitely my first time in New York. So I was about 8. We were going to see my we were going to my sister's baby shower, right? So there was this like restaurant type thing in the hotel we were staying at in New York, and we were getting breakfast because it was the next day. It was that next morning. We were getting breakfast and the waitress comes, she takes our drink orders, cool, comes back with the drinks, and cool, everything's cool, we got our drinks. Then she brings the food, and she spills my drink accidentally on purpose. Now, I'm saying accidentally on purpose because I truly don't think it was an accident, but I don't fully believe it was on purpose. But she spilled my Sprite, which my favorite soda is Sprite. She spilled my Sprite all over my cute pink and purple dress. I was wearing a black, white, pink, and purple dress. Well, it was like a shirt with a tutu. But I love that. And she spilled it all over me. All over me. And I had to go upstairs and change, and I had to wear my black and white and blue and green one. I like the pink and purple one better. But now I got Sprite all over it because you wanted to be clumsy. Like I said, I don't think it was fully an accident, but I don't think it was fully on purpose. Maybe. She could have been like one of them people, with them women that be helping with the kidnappers and stuff, putting stuff in people's drinks. Because then when we came back, she thought that we was going to be drinking the same drinks that we left on the table. No, ma'am. You could have spit in it. You could have rubbed your butthole in it. Like, you could have stuck our straw in your butthole. And you think I'm going to drink the same drinks? My mom we need some new drinks. Because, yeah. So, that's craziest experience in a restaurant. Like I said, that sticks out to me. Next question. What type of content are you going to be posting? I am going to be an all-in-one YouTuber. So, you're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff from me. You're gonna get Q&As like this. You're gonna get story times like this. You're gonna get gameplay. You're gonna get mukbangs. You're gonna get react videos. You're gonna get everything from me. I'm gonna be an all-in-one YouTuber. I don't have a niche on social media. I don't have a niche. I don't have a niche with my TikTok. I'm not gonna have a niche with my YouTube. You're going to get everything over here. Because I want you guys to know me. I don't want to be known for just one thing. Oh, that's the girl that does story time. So that's the girl that... No, that's Shakira. She does everything. So, yeah. That's going to be how I do things over here on this channel. Yeah. Next question. How do I build a better relationship and prayer life with Jesus? That is a great question. So, that is actually something that I am working on myself. So... I would say start by being honest with yourself about where you currently are in terms of your journey with Christ. Be honest with yourself and be like, yeah, there are some things that I definitely need improvement on. And that's okay, because we're all human. We all have our things that, we do. I actually learned yesterday that sin, sinning, whatever. Sin is an illegitimate response to a legitimate need. So, of course, we all do it. We all sin. So, like I said, just be honest with yourself about where you are, and go to God and say, God, I need help with this. And He'll accept you for who you are. You don't have to be anybody different. He doesn't want you to be anybody different. Just come to Him as you are and say, God, I need your help with this. I need improvement with this. I need work. I need to work on this. And He will definitely help you. He will give you the strength. He will give you the tools. He will give you the knowledge, the resources, whatever you need to, improve your relationship and just be better. He will help you with that. And prayer life, honestly, just do what works for you as far as praying, where you pray, how you pray. Everybody's different, so just do what works for you. Don't try to copy off of what you see online or what you see, because that works for them, and that might work for some people, but it might not work for you. Just do whatever works for you, and it doesn't have to be some elaborate thing. Like, prayer doesn't have to be an elaborate thing, as long as it's coming from the heart. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, next question. What tips do you have for us shy girls to come out of our shell? Be you. Be you. That's it. Do the things that you enjoy. Do the things that make you feel comfortable. Don't try to jump on everything because you see somebody else doing it. If you know that it's something that you don't like, don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it. Just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean you need to do it. Just do the things that make you feel comfortable, and gradually you'll start to come out. And you can explore. You can try different things and say, maybe I'll try this today. If you always get a certain kind of food, you be adventurous and pick something else. Pick something completely the opposite of what you normally get. Just little things like that will eventually help you to come out of your shell and do bigger things. Just little things. Try little things different. Just to, dip your toes in the water. Just to see what other things, because there are billions and billions of things out there. And, you might like those. And, just test to see what other lanes you can flow in. You don't just have to jump right out and say, oh, here I am. Like, no. Gradually do it. Gradually do it. So that's what I would say for trying to come out of your shell. Like I said, as far as, trying to communicate more with people. Do it little by little. Don't just go to this huge party and say, hey, everybody, I'm here. And I'm like, okay. No, just gradually open yourself up more to people. And just gradually. It's gradual. Ease on into it. That's the biggest piece. That's the biggest takeaway that I'm going to need you. Ease into it. Don't just, I'm here. What's good? No. Ease into it. Next question. Where are you from? I am from Philadelphia. Yes, I'm Philly. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have half sisters, and I have 2 puppy brothers. Yes, I have half sisters on my sperm donor side, and I have 2 puppy brothers. What is one of your biggest accomplishments? Biggest accomplishments? Wow. So this is actually a very recent one. This is actually a very recent one. It's a personal one. I have recently uncuffed myself to comparison. I used to compare myself a lot to people and what they have and what I don't, what they're doing and what I don't, what I'm not doing, what they're doing and what I'm not doing, and just thinking that I'm not good enough in certain areas. And yeah, I've recently dove deep into like the problem and where that all started, and like I said, I've recently uncuffed myself to comparison. So that is one of my biggest accomplishments, because that was something that was eating away at me for years, and I just gotten so normal. It just got so normal to me. I just got so used to it that it just something that stuck with me. And like I said, that's recently something that I have uncuffed myself to, and it no longer, holds me back. So yeah, that is the next question. What are your thoughts on Malik Cooper? I told him that I would answer this question if he asked me other legit questions. Because at first, this was the only question he asked me. And I texted him, ask me legit questions. Yeah. So I told him I would answer this question. Malik, you're annoying. But you are one of the most hardworking, loyal, lovable people that I've ever met in my life. Funniest, coolest, down to earth. Malik is going to be one of the greatest football players in history. Remember, I said that. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So, yeah, there are my thoughts on you, Malik. I love you to death. Malik is actually somebody, I met him in my school, my elementary school, that I could not think of any memories from him. I actually met him in the 3rd grade, and we've been really good friends since we were about 8 years old. So, yeah. Now don't ask me this question again. There's your answer. You want to hear it again? You can watch my video and play it back. Okay. Last question. What are your top 5 holy grail makeup products? Your makeup is always flawless. Oh, thank you. So, this question is actually from TikTok, and the video or the videos that she is referring to, they all have a certain look. I look a certain way, and that is because I use a filter. I don't wear makeup at all. Yeah, I don't wear makeup at all. I wear lip gloss. If you want to count lip gloss as makeup, then I wear lip gloss. But other than that, I don't wear any makeup. No, like I said, it's a filter. It is the Baby Dixie filter on Instagram. If you wanted to use it, or if you wanted to know what I'm talking about, Baby Dixie filter on Instagram. I have this little, I don't know what you call it, a spoolie? I don't think that's what it's called. Eyebrow brush. I have an eyebrow brush that I wet with water, and I just, shape my eyebrows a little bit with that. But other than that, and like I said, lip gloss, I don't wear makeup other than lip gloss. So, yeah. No makeup, just lip gloss. Thank you so much, though. Well, that concludes my Q&A video. I know. Sad times, but it doesn't have to be sad, because you can expect weekly uploads from me. Yes, weekly uploads, weekly time with me. Doesn't everybody desire to have that? Weekly time with me. That's better than money. That's better than sex. No, but thank you everybody for joining me here today for my very, very first YouTube video. I said you can expect weekly uploads from me, so I will see you all back here next week for another video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the little bell notification so you won't miss out anytime that I post. Because why would you want to miss out anytime that I post? Like I said, I wouldn't want that for you. I don't want that for you. So make sure you hit that bell so we can all be back here around the same time next week for another video. Until next time, guys. Bye.